What's up, guys? It's D here. Thought I'd bring you a Centurion 7-1 gameplay. Now, on the Mannerheim line, I like to go into this position right here, and it allows me to spot out people that are coming along the north section and possibly get one or two, three shots on. On top of that, as you see, there's no artillery, so all I have to worry about is crossfire from this direction and to stay hold down, not take any unnecessary shots from the people that are coming north side. On top of that, I'm a mid-tier medium tank, and I should be able to wreak havoc or at least get a couple free shots in this location. So I get my first free shot on that T-54E1, and I'm going to keep poking up to try and spot out. Now I see that charioteers right there, so self-conscious about that. So you see me duck down a little bit, and I'm going to try and poke my head up again, and you see how I'm looking over that way. But I'm also keeping my turret pointing in this direction because that's where people are most likely going to shoot you in this line. Whoops. What'd I do? There we go. Got which button I needed to push. Anyhow, you see, I put in another shot against this T-54E1, and I'm poking my head out against this STRV, but you see I immediately drop down because that guy can hit my compoler pretty easily with his godlike accuracy, or you put a premium round and penetrate my turret like butter. So I'm just going to try and keep him spotted out. Spot the Lorraine 40T, and I'm going to hopefully try and get a shot on him if he crosses over into the open. But I also have to be aware that these guys right here are going to overrun T-54E1 and the other guy right there, and that this M4 90mm should run. So, as he's driving by, I would say that it was a pretty decent exchange, getting 1,000 damage for taking no health points whatsoever. But I'm going to retreat from this position because I know that they're going to die. And that this T-54 Mod 1 and this M4 9mm 90mm is going to die. This is going to happen. So I'm retreating. I have two options. I can either go to this section or this section. This section is more ideal because I could go hold down and get a field view range of all this. But I'm too slow, so I might not be able to, especially if this AMX and the Lorraine 40T push up. So we're just going to have to play it by ear, especially since you don't want to drive out in the open right here. Get caught out by any one of these people, especially the autoloaders. You're just going to get eaten alive. You're going to go from full HP to no HP. So I decide to go behind this rock and try and play hold down, use the bushes right here, and side scrape on this direction to get shots onto these people. So I didn't shoot against a 430U because I was going to pen him. You can't pen the turrets. So instead I'm going to put my shot into object 432. Put one shot into him, reload, put another shot into him. Yep, you can pen his turret. So I see that this WZ is pushing up and that this Lorraine might be pushing up. So I'm gonna back into this position. See this Lorraine 40T and the WZ right here. I'm not gonna poke out farther than necessary against this Lorraine and try and hit this WZ. And this Lorraine 40T is the more dangerous tank of the two. So he's blinded by that Jagdpanzer, so I'm going to put one shot into him, back up, and you see I'm immediately putting in HESH rounds, which is going to give me an extra 100, almost 100 damage. So I have the possibility of two-shotting him rather than knowing that I'm going to have to put 3 shots into him. So reload, put in one HESH round, reload. I'm going to put in another one. Now, I'm aware that I need to kill him really quickly because I don't know where this gorilla is. He could be right here, or this Emil, or anyone could be right here and put shots into my side. So I need to kill this Marine really quickly and then focus my turret and my tank into this direction and to this direction. I'm going to make a mistake here and try and put a HESH round into this 430U. Not trading efficiently. It's just, I should never go against that Russian tank. So instead, I'm going to put in a normal round, wait for this T-54E1. Now, if you notice, I'm angling my turret, my hole this way, so that when I drive out this way to try and get a shot into him, I'm not going to be in the lines of sight of this object 430U. So I'm self-aware of that. I'm going to try and put in a shot. RNG decided to put that at like the bottom of the reticle. What are you going to do? Sometimes this is how it's going to be. So I see this AMX 1390 pushing up, so I'm more worried about him. So I'm going to pull my turret to this, and if you notice, I have this highlighted, which is the HE rounds again. So that if he, I'm going to bait him out into me by acting like I shot. So I'm going to try and put a shot in this 430U. Balance, but I know this AMX 1390 is going to go on me, so I'm going to reload a hash round, keep my hole in my turret towards this AMX 1390, put in one shot. Now I'm not going to reload and put in a shot against this WZ or this 54E1. I'm going to focus against this guy that's against me. So I'm going to put one more shot into him and keep hash rounds loaded in. Raises his gun into defeat. Now, if you notice, I keep the hash rounds in because I see this 430U pushing up. I'm not going to be able to pen him with that direction. I would have to hit that top portion, but I'm not worried about that. I want to track him so that this FV405 and the Sheridan have easy shots against this 430U. I know I'm not going to be able to brawl against him. You saw what happened the other two times I tried to pen him. So I'm going to throw in... now you see I'm side scraping right here. I'm going to try and bait him out by moving my hole this way and give him just the tracks and see if he takes the bait. He did. So as you see, I'm going to hit his tracks right there. Try and do damage. Keep him tracked so that this FV405 and the Sheridan are going to try and shoot at him. The Sheridan puts him down to a one shot, especially with my HE rounds, which I have 480, so I should be able to kill him. We'll find out, right? I blame it on Russian bias. I low roll and he's got 5 HP, so literally I probably rolled one of the worst rolls I could have. So let's continue. So instead I'm going to try and ram him, or at least try and block his shot because I'm worried about this FV405. I don't want him to take any more shots. Luckily the FV405 hits him first, so I don't have to worry about ramming him or like that. Now this is a very important portion of the map. You see, I knew that this Emil was here and that the gorilla would possibly be here, so that's why I turned my hole and my turret towards this direction to fit in this cover. That would give me the chance to wait until I'm unspotted by this object 430U. And as you see, there's going to be shells flying all around me. Boom. Now I know I'm unspotted now, and this Emil is more than likely not going to take another blind fire. So I'm going to go against this STRV because I'm worried about where this gorilla is, where this Emil is, where this charioteer is, where this AMX is. So I need to really kill this STRV. So I'm going to drive past him, get him spotted for this Jagdpanzer. Jagdpanzer is going to put a shot in him, I hope. Yeah, there we go. Now I'm going to try and side scrape against him because I knew he was pointing towards the Jagdpanzer, but he looked back in my way. Can't argue with that. So I put in a shot, and I shot in the general direction where his engine was, and you know, RNG's paid me back for that object 430U RNG shot. So he sets on fire. I'm like, yes, baby, burn, Disco Inferno. Boom. RNG really saved us right there. You know, sometimes games come that close. Now I'm worried about this gorilla and this AMX. I don't know where they are. I need to protect Sheridan's posterior, if you will. So I'm like, well, I wonder where this gorilla is. I guess I'm going to go into this direction right here and go into these bushes to see if I can spot him out towards this direction, or see if he's over there now. World tanks, everyone. Everyone's been there. The girl in the middle of nowhere driving down right down the center towards that Sheridan. It's a free shot into him, and I'm reloading. I saw his shot, so I could go back out and put an aim shot. But now Sheridan's in a very bad location. He put himself into this position, so he doesn't know if the Emile's pushing this way or if he's pushing this way. So if he tries to escape this way, he's going to get clipped. If he goes this way, he's going to get clipped. So my option right now, and my only option, is to try and save this guy, because I'm not going to be able to carry the game by myself with 100 HP. The AMX can kill me with one heat round. High explosive round, or this Emile has one shot on me. So I'm going to drive right here into these bushes right here and try and go hold down and hopefully not get spotted or killed by the Emile in time that I'm spotting him. And you saw I angled my turret and went hold down against this guy, and I'm going to put in one hash round just to see what it would do to his turret. Obviously it didn't do much. I learned from that and I put in a normal round now. Now you notice that the Jagdpanzer died, so that means the AMX is somewhere in this direction. And we know he's not in this direction because the Sheridan's right here. So I'm giving time for the Sheridan to retreat and to, further his distance, so he doesn't have to worry about this very inaccurate autoloader. The more distance he has, the more chance he has to evade his shots while putting shots onto him. So my job right now is to just keep this Emile lit and to try and poke out every once in a while and see if this AMX is right here, if he's retreating back. But the Sheridan's in a safe position now that if he spots the AMX, which he should before the AMX does, he's able to retreat. So I'm just going to keep this Emile spotted, and you see him poking out every once in a while just to see if the AMX is right here and nothing's going on. And I can see the Emile's going towards the Sheridan right now, so I was like, maybe I should go to this direction right here and see if he's like right there, which I do end up spotting him and end up hiding this thing. I notice I'm not spotted, so I'm safe to put one shot into him. So this is where I mess up a little bit. I should have waited until he pushed up to like no man land right there. But I took the shot too early and I didn't aim the shot, so I bounced. That's, in a nutshell, I'm to blame for that. And now I try and put another shot into him. I noticed that the depression and the ridgeline's not working out for me, and I tried again. It's not working out for me, and at that point I knew. You get this urge to say, no, I'm standing my ground, I'm holding my ground, and, I either die or I win. But I know if I stay in this position, I won't see this AMX until he pushes up right here, and then I'll have a whole hard time going hold down against this AMX, because that's not how this side works. So instead, I can just retreat. That's what I'm going to do. So if I retreat to right here, this Emile pushes in against Sheridan, I'll have shots against him. If this AMX retreats and goes against Sheridan, I'll be in this position or this area in order to relocate with the Sheridan and join forces. On another case, I can go right here and spot into this bush, and if the AMX is right here, he's out in the open, I could get free shots in on him. If this AMX pushes this way, then I'm right here. All I have to do is drive up north and go with my Sheridan and shoot while he spots. So it's advantageous for me just to run rather than fight and die, right? So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to fast forward and wait until I get in the spot and see where the AMX is. That's good. Now I'm going to go into these bushes right here. And if you notice right there, that tree fell. So I know that the AMX is right there. So now I'm going to drive into this bush and spot him, and Diego's going to mess up again. I'm going to take my shot too early. I should have backed up into those bushes until they weren't transparent, and then put my shot into him so I wouldn't get spotted. But the AMX knows I'm there, and now the Emile knows I'm there. So now I'm really pressed for time. I need to wait until I'm unspotted, and hopefully that I'm quicker to the draw than this AMX. On top of that, I don't know where the Samil is. I'm assuming he could be possibly pushing right here, and he would have shots on me. So I need to put in this extra shot against this AMX as quick as possible. So that's what I'm going to do. Kill him, and backing up in case the Emil's somewhere here, or in case right here. I'm protected, and I'm going to drive back into these bushes to try and spot out and possibly drive over here and meet up with the Sheridan. And this is where I mess up. I shouldn't have done that. I should have expected him to be anywhere in this area rather than expecting him to be in this general direction. So he comes up, catches me off surprise. I wasn't expecting it. You see me panic a little bit. I said I wasn't gonna shoot because I didn't have that reliable of a shot, so I'm gonna back up. Still no reliable shot. He's hauled down. I'm pretty screwed. He puts in a shot. His RNG works. I die. Now it's all up to this Sheridan. If it lets me switch over, he's gonna flank him and play his role perfectly and carry me. If it wasn't for the same the Sheridan, I would have lost. Anyhow, I think the major aspects of this game are it's always okay to retreat and fight another day. On top of that, if I didn't retreat right here to right here, I would have lost the game. On top of that, sometimes you have to risk your life to save your teammate if they are in a better position to carry. Sometimes you just have to risk it and go into these bushes right here and spot out for this Emil and hope that you don't get shot so that the Sheridan can escape. If I didn't do that, I would have lost the game. On top of that, the other pretty major mistake was, not waiting till the AMX got into like no man's land to put shots against him. I pulled the trigger too early. On top of that, he was when I pushed to this way, I pulled the trigger too early. I should have backed up into the bushes and covered my shot so I wouldn't have gotten spotted by him. Things you learn in the game, and you hopefully you carry it on to your next game. So I hope this helped. This is D, and hope you enjoyed the gameplay. Bye.